Hi there, I'm Cody.
I'm Harry.
And I'm Joe.
And we're three mates from uni
who spent all of our time on our group chats,
talking endlessly about anything and everything
until the early hours of the morning.
So we thought, why not let people listen in?
So grab a coffee,
pound a Red Bull,
and join us on what we like to call
our 3 a.m. chats. Hello there, and welcome to episode 4 of the 3 a.m. chats podcast. We have, of course, myself, Cody. We have alongside me, Mr. Harry Revell. Say hello.
Yo!
And, of course, we have Joseph Kelly. Say hello, my friend.
Who's that?
Don't know. Who's Joseph Kelly?
It's not me, mate. It's Joe.
We really need
Joe
to...
Kelly is what it is.
We need to
I've
talk
heard...
about these intros. No, stop. You said... I can't remember what you introduced me with, but you said Joseph Kelly, my friend. Now, what's going on, boys? Seriously, I'm getting upset.
2 weeks, 2 episodes in a row, and Harry's been shut down.
He's been bugged off, mate. Bugged off.
So, obviously, we haven't done one of these for about 3 weeks. It's been a while. It's been a bit of a journey. We've all done our own things. I think a lot has changed weirdly from episode 3 to episode 4. Let's go to you, Harry, as I didn't give you. Well, I don't know. There's been the weather's changed. Is that count?
Yes, true.
It's no longer summer.
It's no longer summer. Yeah, Harry, go on, mate. Explain what have you been up to? You've been doing loads the last 3 weeks. What are you talking about?
Me? Yeah, busy. Obviously, we'll get into it later, but I've been working as bar staff. So obviously that's been really busy at the moment. But I was very lucky. I had the opportunity to perform.
Yeah.
I had another gig. So obviously I did the short film at the beginning of the month. And then on the 28th, I was in a theatre there was literally about 8 people and 3 of them were cameramen. And we basically recorded 2 plays that got streamed. It was honestly a strange, but like the feeling was unreal. Like it was a strange experience, but the feeling was just next level. And then having to go to work the next day kind of hurt, like having to go back to the bar job, not because I discredit that job, but we haven't had a taste of performing for months. And then I finally had a little bit of it. Oh man, the thrill was insane. That's all I'm saying. It was very much a high.
That sounds great, man. I mean, was it weird just having, all the lighting and stuff on you, and like, did it feel like second nature, or were you a bit like, oh, I've forgotten how to do it? You know what I mean?
It was weird, mainly because obviously over Zoom we'd like staged the whole, like both shows. So like we had an idea, but in my head I was still performing on a flat surface, like not on stage. Then we got there and I was on stage. So I was like, okay, change the dynamic a bit, pretend the audience is there, you're performing it, it's like a theatre show. And then they add all these cameras in. So obviously you're not meant to perform to the cameras. If you're doing theatre, unless they ask you to, you're still doing theatre, right? But there's these cameras on stage. So like you're performing and then all of a sudden there's like, I knew you'd catch me. I knew it.
Cameras! There's all these cameras on stage.
Another crack from Harry. So used to these days.
It was going
so well. It was going so well. Right, there's cameras on stage and stuff, and we're moving around, and obviously you've got to cater for that as well. So it was a really interesting experience. I haven't actually seen the shows back yet, so from what I've heard, it went really well. My mum actually came and she sat with the mask on for like 12 hours and sat in the auditorium for the whole thing.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Commitment.
And she said, like, well, obviously she's biased, but she said it went really well. So hopefully it did. It felt good, is all I'm saying. It just honestly felt amazing to be back. And yeah, and it's not me trying to rub it in or big myself up. I'm just super excited for it to properly come back, because that feeling is, everyone knows that feeling is insane.
Mate, that's mad. That sounds like you've had a lot of just a lot of exciting things happen in such a short space of time as well. It seems to be like that in our industry. It kind of just things just come out of nowhere, and you just got to be ready for the challenge. What about you, Mr. Joe, with your now bandana on. You can't see him, guys, but he's got a lovely.
Joe had a
Reds.
costume change whilst I was talking there. It was amazing.
Well, I've already listened to you tell this story. Like, as intriguing as it was, I've already heard it before.
You're like
I've,
you're one of my
already
best
heard you
mates.
tell. I've heard you tell this story like 3 times. It's like as excited as I am for you. I've heard you say it 3 times. I'm bored of it now. I'm joking.
Yeah, but the listener hasn't heard this story.
I've actually had quite a quiet 3 weeks, to be honest with you, but like quiet in a good way. It's like it's kind of chilled out. I kind of feel like I'm back on the hamster wheel, and to a certain extent with because I work in PT wise, teaching classes and stuff like that, which is cool. It's good to be working. And I've not been. I can't say that I've really been done loads, but I've met up with like some of my family, which was nice. I had some of my family come up to Cornwall, which was cool. I had a couple of members of family come down from like we had like a family gathering, which was quite nice. And if you know me, you know I've got like 20 billion family members, so like they're ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Christmas.
But no, it was really nice. That was really nice. But yeah, I can't really say that I've been that busy, but I've just been doing the same thing I was doing last time. Really, just been on the hamster wheel, I'm trying to get more financially stable, because I started budgeting for the first time in my life this month.
That's great, man.
I've never budgeted before. I'm like really bad with money normally. And I've kind of was like, all right, now it's time to. I turned 25, so now it's time to grow up. So
Halfway to 50.
halfway to 50. So maybe I need to start looking after my money a bit better. So I've been trying to save a bit of money. It's not really worked, but at least now I'm more aware of how much I'm spending. I'm better tracking my calories than I am tracking my money. But yeah, so I've not really been that busy.
Go on, Codes. What you'd been doing?
God, what have I been doing? Well, I've seen. I went to see my girlfriend for about 2 of the weeks that we didn't do this.
Oh, girlfriend.
Oh. Oh, look at me. Sorry, dude.
If you'll let me explain. Up in Yorkshire, so it's nice to be, have a bit of a break from, the old southwest. We had a great time. 2 weeks. I've not really. I think that's the longest I've actually spent solidly with my girlfriend for 2 weeks, and it was really nice because I think we both knew that this is a time where it's rare. Like we might not be able to have 2 weeks and not worry about because work's quiet at the moment. We thought we might not be able to get that opportunity again in the near future. So might as well take it with both hands and act on it. So that was really nice.
Did she forgive you for saying that she wasn't the one and only in the last episode of the podcast?
Well, she hadn't listened to the podcast until I'd left. So that's pretty bad. I said to her, "What are you doing? Get listen to episode 3."
Yeah, that hurts.
Although you did say she wasn't the only one, so
no, she was good with it. I think she liked that I was like, I had my opinion and Harry had his and you had yours. Like I think that's what's good about what we're doing is we all have we all agree with each other, but we also can have our own opinions on it and whatnot. But I think the last episode was great. So as again, person listening, if you haven't checked it out already,
check it out.
Episode 3.
Check it out.
Episode 3. Yeah, and also I did on Sunday. I was involved in a concert in Glastonbury. God, I've been wanting to say that for years. It was a Stormzy 2.0. It was basically a sort of concert that a choreographer I've worked with for in my first job set up, and there was maybe 20 performers, and we just did a live show, basically all staged. There was 14-piece orchestra. I got to sing "Raise You Up" from Kinky Boots with a live band. It was amazing. It was just a great turnout. Socially distanced, of course, but outside, people setting up their own sort of chairs and pop-up chairs, and it was just great feedback, and it was just so good, like you said, Harry, like just to be able to be back on a stage, and obviously, yours was being filmed and mine was live in the sense of it wasn't filmed, but it was just being out of bed, I guess, just on a stage and having live music again. It was so professionally done. It was just amazing. And also because it was all performers from Somerset, it just felt great to meet all these people, because I said to quite a lot of them actually, like when I'm doing auditions or whatever, and I'm sort of talking to someone new, often they're from sort of London or I'm from Manchester or I'm from Kent. Like it's never, I don't ever meet people from Somerset a lot of the time. So it was just really nice to have all these great people from that area. So
Yeah,
that was my 3 weeks summed up, basically.
No, I think you put it really nicely, mate. It's the thing is, the feeling that me and Cody are describing is this is our career path. This is where we want to be performing. That's what all three of us want to do. So we are biased in the sense that we're talking about that feeling is unlike anything else. So me and Cody aren't discrediting having time off or going to a bar to work instead. Like, we're not saying they're bad jobs, because they're not. Everything is good. Our thing is and in those moments we're doing the things we love. So like, you can't beat that feeling.
Chat in the deep. Chat in the deep. Chat in the deep.
So today's Chat in the Deep. It's very, very recent, and the Chat in the Deep today is the end of Eat Out to Help Out, and what is the future. So for any listeners that aren't in the UK, this is a thing that the UK government brought in. I'm assuming it's only the UK, right? It's not everywhere else.
I love how you
no
think
idea.
we have listeners not in the UK.
Hey, we
Hey.
do. I've checked the stats, my friend. We have 4% of our listeners from the US.
You're
You believe
joking?
No,
You
no,
joking?
no, no. It's
that?
4%.
Nah. Okay, fair.
And there's like a few other percentages in like the Netherlands and so on. So yeah, there you go.
Shout out to the world.
Shout
To
out
the world.
international. My bad.
So yeah, so in the UK they had this scheme where, because originally people weren't going out to eat food and go to bars because of COVID, and they were scared about contracting it and stuff. So this scheme is now ended, and what it was you'd go to your favorite restaurant, say it's Nando's, whatever, and they would offer, was it 50% or was it, I think it was £10 off?
It depends on where it was, but some places was 50% off, but a lot of places I think it was up to £10 off per person.
So you say you ordered something for 20 quid, you'd get it for a tenner, and then anything above that you pay the rest.
Which was awesome. It got people out, but obviously it's ended. It ended on, yesterday?
Ended on the 1st of September. Like, as in, like, the last day was the 31st.
Officially.
So
a lot of places have carried it on.
Yeah,
but,
some places have carried it on. Like Pizza, I know Pizza Hut have carried it on and stuff like that, and some pubs have as well.
So obviously for the majority that's sort of ended. I just wanted to know what you guys sort of thought of the scheme in general, but also now that it's ended, is it gonna change the way people see food? Because I went on the last day on the bank holiday Monday, and I won't name the place, but they were charging 15. The cheapest thing for a main was £15 for a burger and chips, and this isn't a hotel 4-star. This is just a pub in a little village, and I wonder, is that a thing, or have they just bumped it up because they know it's the prices, etc.? But obviously, I won't talk too much on that.
I think it to a certain extent it was probably good, because it probably builds people's confidence in going out and stuff again. I mean, obviously there is a pandemic still going on, and whilst I feel like a lot of people are pretty done with it, to be honest with you, but there is still it is still going on, as far as we're aware. But I do think it was good to get to help. I know, obviously, the main intention of it was behind it was to get the economy kickstarted again, and get people spending money again. Because obviously, a lot of people have been spending money and stuff. But I think it was good to a certain extent. I think it was a good, to be honest, for you to improve people's confidence in going out. Like if someone's like, "Oh, I'm going to go out to Starbucks, have a coffee because it's £1 instead of £4," but honestly, I had so many Starbucks in August; it was ridiculous. Obviously, you had to sit in though, and I always sit in anyway. But but yeah, but so I think it was good to that extent. I don't really have many opinions on it. I know, obviously, Harry will have a different opinion of it because he works in that He's working in that sector currently. But I know of people who are working in that sector and they're saying it's been absolutely mental. It's like people have, and also I think they say people have been complaining more, which is really weird. Do you think people have been complaining less, seeing as they're getting it for less money? But they're like, apparently they've been complaining more and stuff like that. But I don't know. I think it was good for one side of it, but I obviously don't see the other side of it, like what it's like working in that environment and stuff like that.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. It was definitely good to help people get out more because when it first came in, I was a little bit confused because I don't know about you lads. I wasn't sure where our country stood in terms of coronavirus.
Yeah.
So when
I'm the same.
all of a sudden
I don't have a clue.
it was almost like a promotion for people to go out more, I was a bit like, what's going on? Like, I swear there's a pandemic going on. But obviously, that was just like my lack of understanding of the severity of it and what's going on at the moment. And also, it was used to generate money back for the country because obviously we lost a mad amount due to what's going on. So obviously, it's to help, like you said, kick that economy back in. What I will say is, on the complaint front, it's very interesting because, yeah, working through it, it was slammed, especially obviously the food side of it. And Monday to Tuesday and Wednesday sort of became the Friday and Saturday night all of a sudden, because obviously a lot of people still aren't fully back at work as well. So for them, it's the weekend too. So they just went nuts with it. Obviously alcohol wasn't included in it. So it wasn't like people were going out and getting drunk, but it was more people were just buying so much stuff. And it was great. Like, I mean, me and Joe met up and we went for a pint together and we ended up getting like the dashes of Coca-Cola were half price. The food was half price. So we probably met up and we had a good bit to eat and some drinks, but it came to about £7 each, which is great. But
which is basically a night out in the north, isn't it? So.
Very good point. There's us in the south like, oh my God, we've saved so much money when they're like, this happens like daily.
Yeah, it's like when we're used to the price of a pint being like £4 or £5, and then you go up north, it's like £1.50. You're like, what?
I was gonna say their price can be like 50p for a pint, isn't it?
Yeah. but I will say, yeah, on the complaints front, people were moaning that we were running out of food where I work. Now, I'm not being funny. If we're selling, we're limited stock because people can't bring in, like, you can't order as much because of the current pandemic going on. You're not like, I'm assuming there's like barriers to entry in terms of how much stock you can take in. And also it's about how much you were selling like last week. So say the week before Eat Out to Help Out, we obviously weren't selling as much as we were during Eat Out to Help Out. And then all of a sudden everyone's moaning because we haven't got any eggs or anything left. And I'm like, well, you're all coming in and eating it. Like, we can only give you what we've actually got. Like, it was difficult. Like, it was probably the most stressed I've been in like a hospitality environment, but it also was good because it just made everyone just do their job. Everyone was still being safe. Like, where I work is quite COVID friendly. So like all of that was still kept, but it was a bit of a stress. And like I said at the beginning, it is just a bit interesting that it was introduced given the fact that there is a pandemic on, but I understand why. I'm not saying, we shouldn't have done it, because I do understand why it happened. It was just a mad time for all.
I was going to ask how was it with working with, you know, is it a shield? Yeah, like a shield, like a visor, what it's called, and or like a mask as well. You use how was it sort of getting used to that? Because that's very different to what you would have been doing before when you've done bar work before. I know that like you have.
Yeah, so when we started, we were wearing like the blue masks, but then obviously it almost looked clinical. So like guests couldn't enjoy themselves because they're just looking around and everyone's like in these hospital masks basically. So we switched to the face shields, and it
Yeah.
is good to a point, but people like now because the guests aren't wearing them, they get annoyed when you're wearing them. They're like, "Oh, why are you bothering?" And I'm like, "It's to protect you." Because if I've got anything, it's going to hit this shield before it gets to you guys. And they won't let me in. We get temperature checks, everything. But like, yeah, it is an interesting thing. Like the guests are they're still a bit, you shouldn't be wearing that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, legally I have to wear it. So there you go.
Yeah, so it is a weird one, isn't it? I mean, I was gonna quickly turn the point on. Obviously, people have had this, and they've in terms of going out, eating the food. Do you think what do you guys think is going to happen in the future in terms of going to these places? Because to me, I just feel like people have realised, hang on a minute, why was I ever paying 15 quid? Like, was it actually worth that much money? Like, I know it's a bit of different time at the moment, but I saw a picture on Twitter of Covent Garden. I think they were saying, why is no one here on a Friday and Saturday? Like in all the bars, they just had seats outside in the main bit. I think it might be in Soho actually. No one sat there, and they're saying, is this what's going to happen? Are people just not going to be willing to go to the places, or will bars have to reduce their prices? Do you know what I mean?
I think personally, I don't. I think maybe for a while there may be that, but I don't think. I think, if I'm honest with you, I don't think it will last. Just because I
Yeah.
think people, whilst I agree in the sense that for some people may be like, well, what? Well, it was only that price then. I was like, well, obviously it's that price then because the government were then subsidizing the cost of the food, but then they have to realize is that all the costs are going to go up because of, for obvious reason, there's the more delivery charges, the food's going to cost more. Like, I don't really see that. I see why you would think that, but I also don't think that's going to last. I think it's just going to be one of those things of people just get over it because
Yeah.
it's not. It is what it is. Like they say, we're heading into this massive recession anyway, so who knows what's going to. To be honest with you, I really think this is the. I think this is the least clear it's all been since the whole COVID, since the whole lockdown is essentially started. Like,
Feels
I
like
feel
we're in
like
a bit
no
of
one.
no man's land, isn't
I
it?
feel like we're in limbo. We're like, because people feel like no one really knows what's going on. No one really is looking at how many COVID. Like everyone was like, well, certainly I was at the start. I was like, how many deaths are there? How many? What's the R rate? All those things. I was like, I'm not really looking at it now because I'm just like, it's not really changing that much. It's come to a point where I think everyone's just a bit like, I want to say tired of it, but then you can't be tired of it because some people are actually getting ill. It's just come to the point where no one really knows what is going on in that sense.
I think we need just one big statement for us to all be told to watch, to listen in, to know what's going on. Just one massive statement. That would be lovely.
I also feel like they don't know what's going on though.
Yeah.
So I feel like
fair enough.
I feel like them making a statement wouldn't even make a difference because it's like with my work, I haven't been told at all, like as in my performing work, I haven't been told at all what is going on and whether my job's going to be there, whether it's not going to be there. Because and when I've said that to people, people are like, "Oh my god, that's so bad." I'm like, "Yeah, but what are they going to tell me that they don't know? They're going to tell me that we don't really know what's going on yet."
Have a good day.
And that's it. Have a good day. Like, and what good is that going to do me? Like, it's just like no one really knows. Let's not get worked up about it. I know it's frustrating. I know it's tiring. You just got to try and move on and get on with as much life as you can to a certain extent. But it is starting to feel like it's going back to normal. That's how it feels like, to be honest with you. It feels like, apart from stepping out of, obviously our lives are very different because we're performers, but stepping out of that and going into the real life, it's very much like life is going back to normal. Eat Out, Help Out, I thought was really good. Probably wasn't good for people that work in there. I don't really think people are gonna be fussed that much that it's over. I think I think it's going to stop people going out on Mondays and Tuesdays and
Yeah.
stuff.
So my comment on that was, do you remember when us three were at uni together? We'd go into the what's it called, where the students union, buy a drink, and a pint would be £1.50, like we said earlier. And then I remember the moment I first bought a pint after uni, and I was like, "What am I doing? Paying a fiver for the same thing?" Right? But I think that's going to happen for like a couple of weeks. Like I was working last night, and it was maybe a quarter of the amount of people compared to last Tuesday. But I think it will level itself out again once people go like, do you know what? We were paying for this before. We'll pay for it again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And
Hopefully, there's not a
people,
problem.
I think people, you got to bear in mind, people like I obviously like I said at the start, like I obviously never budgeted before in my life, and I realize now that like, okay, you probably normally can only afford to go out maybe on a Friday and Saturday, and then you won't want to go out the rest of the day because people are back to work. People are back to work now. Kids are back to school. Well, starting to go back to school. So it's just like it's going to be quieter on the weekdays now. And also, so people will start going out on the weekends out. So the weekends may be busier than the weekends may be busier, and the weekdays may not be.
Yeah, it's just gonna be very interesting. I mean, there's loads more we could talk about with that, but I think it's just gonna be a thing of we have to wait and see, like it has been for this whole year, 2020, the year of wait and see what happens, basically.
Just waiting on something.
What I can take out of 2020, by the way, is I now hate the word unprecedented.
Oh, I'm so glad we're talking about this.
It never really came into my life until this year, and as soon as I hear or see that word, it already triggers. I'm gone.
Yeah, I'm really
over.
sorry if we've just triggered anyone as well, because literally I would have to I would sit and watch the news with my mum, and if I heard it, I'd walk out, and she'd be like, "Wait, the stats are coming in," and I'm like, "No, it doesn't matter. They said it again."
It's a great drinking game, I think.
Unprecedented. Basically, unprecedented. It means that no one saw it coming, although everyone saw it coming from December.
That is definitely a discussion for another time.
The December, the first report of COVID was in December, 2019, not even 2020. So it was like, nah, no one saw it coming.
I wonder I reckon the documentary of 2020 will be called Unprecedented.
I don't care, mate. I'm this year's dead, mate. This year's dead. I can't wait till it's over.
Go on, and how you've got before we came on, you have another chat in the deep. We've got two. Oh my god, what's going on?
Well, I wouldn't count this as two. I'd count this as many miniature ones, and hopefully a discussion comes of it. Basically, we were talking recently, and we were saying it is good that we do the chats in the deep because it sometimes gets quite serious, and I think it shows that we're not just here to mess around. We have got things to say or listen or learn from each other. But I think this topic in particular is something that's very serious, and we need to bring light to it. Okay. And my question is, would you rather every shirt you wear to be itchy or only be able to use one ply of toilet paper?
One ply. Easy answer. One ply. Yeah, my friend.
Let's get this over, mate.
One ply, jump in the shower, then sort it out.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
I agree.
I agree because showers and bidets exist. I don't own a bidet.
I'm not wasting my time on that question.
No.
Okay.
Itchy shirt. Every shirt is itchy. I can't stand that, man. No way. I used to remember as a kid, my mum used to love this jumper. And she bought this jumper for me. She used to love it. And she just put me in it all the time. And I used to be like, Mum, get this jumper off me as long as this itchy thing going. I hate it. No way am I going itchy.
Okay. Would you rather be completely invisible for a day or be able to fly for a day?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. That one is tough.
I'd say fly.
Yeah, there's no limit to you know how sometimes it's like you can only fly the speed of your walk. There's no limit. Okay. You can just fly like Superman.
How fast am I flying? How quick can I get places?
You can choose. So there's I don't know. Say you've got buttons on your hand and you can go to any sort of speed you like, as long as it's not going to tear through stuff.
I don't really know.
I'd say fly,
invisible
personally.
or fly. Okay.
I
Why
would
is
say
that?
invisible. Normally, I would say invisible, but it's just that we're not, because the only reason why I'd want to be invisible normally is so I can like, go into a pub and like sit in and know where someone's sat and like just be like nosy or something stupid like that. Do you know what I mean? Like mess about with their hair and like go, oh, you know what I mean?
What
Some
is your
guys-
mind, man? You want to mess? You want to be invisible so you can mess with someone's hair, mate? If I'm
How
invisible, I'm robbing a bank, man. I'm
Yeah,
robbing a bank.
I like how he went
I'm
straight to like
I'm
being
like
a
getting
creep.
myself $1. I
But I
don't want to
feel like-
mess.
but-
Oh, yeah, I want to be invisible, so I play with someone's hair and they won't know.
It's so funny, man. Like they're pouring a pint or something, and you're just like holding your hand underneath it, and like, why is it not working?
That
why is
would
the,
be
why is the
funny.
beer not,
That
why
would
is
be
the beer
funny.
not
To be
coming out?
fair. I'm with you. I'm with you. But if I'm invisible only for a day, I'm getting $1.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
But to be fair, I just think I think flying just because there's
I'm with
probably
you,
not
flying.
going to be like you probably get on TV for it. That's about it. Like, do
Same.
you know what I mean? There's not going to be anything too bad
Not-
that comes from it.
Nothing about seeing the world or anything. Cody just wants to get on the
You only
news.
fly for a day though, so it's not like you're flying low. Really,
Yeah,
like,
but if you can
everywhere.
fly as fast as you can, you could tick off a few things on the bucket list.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go flying. I'm
Me
gonna say
too.
flying.
Yeah.
Me too. I just love that Cody went for invisible and immediately turned into a creep.
Play with someone's hair.
Sit in the pub and watch people.
We know what you're thinking.
What about this? Have hands that keep growing as you get older, or have feet that keep growing as you get older? Now, Joe,
I'm gonna.
this is directed at you because you've already got the Hobbit feet thing going. So,
Whoa! I don't. Yeah, but that implies I have big feet. I don't have big, really massive feet.
oh yeah,
This
but
is-
would
this
you
is-
like
this
it
is a
if they
huge-
kept going?
This is a huge contrast because I have big hands and big feet.
Yeah.
So I don't know which
But
one I
imagine
would.
if So
No,
imagine
I'm going.
one of
I'm
them
going
just
feet.
keeps growing.
I'm going feet.
Yeah,
How
feet,
fast
why?
are they? How fast are they growing?
that's a good question. Let's make
If
a,
they're like
let's make
growing
rule
like a
now.
cent, if they're growing if they're growing like a centimeter a year,
Yeah.
that I'm going feet.
So that would probably
Um,
mean you'd
if-
have to change your shoes every year.
Yeah, but I don't
Like a
care.
full
But then I'm
shoe
not growing
size.
hands. No, man. I was like, no.
It would
Be a
be
great
weird to
goal-
high
Like
five
an
you, wouldn't
absolute weirdo.
You'd be a
Like
great
that.
goalkeeper.
it? You would be a
Great
great goalkeeper.
goal.
And I
Doesn't
don't think the
matter.
feet would make you faster.
No, but the thing is, the hands will weigh you down. Like, was
So-
these the
so would
feet?
the
were like,
feet.
yeah, but the feet are already on your feet. They're already at the bottom.
And the hands are already on your hands?
Yeah, but hands are like going to sink you over, so you have to lean over the whole time. Whereas like feet are already, it makes it harder to walk. I may have to get in a wheelchair, but like, I'm going feet grow. No, I'm not having massive hands.
Okay, this
Well,
one's good. Oh, what did you
well,
say?
you know what
Codes?
they
I didn't
say.
even ask.
Big feet.
Well,
I-
you know,
I,
I'm
part-
rocking size 12.
Yeah, I'm already size 12. I'm already size 12 feet. So, but then again, my hand size is probably size 12 if you had hand size. So I don't really know. I'm trying to, big hands, big gloves, But
Yeah.
that's
I think it would be difficult. You know that you get those gloves that like one size fits all. It would be pretty difficult to use them.
Yeah, but how often do you wear gloves?
That's a
yeah.
good point.
I mean,
That's a good point.
there might be good to have good hands or big hands even to pick some bogeys, but
Yeah, but then you've got to
That's-
have a big nose
Yeah, but then
Yeah,
you won't
that's
fit in the
true.
nose.
because your fingers are growing.
Are they growing? What, I mean, why? Not just like length. It's just
it goes like out.
Yeah, it grows like fully, so like the whole mass grows.
like a balloon.
It's
Oh.
like
yeah.
when you get like the window button on your computer and you drag it from the corner. That's what it's doing.
Wow.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
I know what
Well,
you're saying. Good
That is a
analogy.
great metaphor. That's a great
pop-
metaphor.
I'll probably choose feet just because, like, I think it's a lot cooler to have like massive Air Maxes. Do you know what I mean? Just walking around like
I
your
won't
own
lie.
one size.
I feel like none of it's cool. I feel like neither will make you look cool.
No, you're wrong there because I would choose
No.
feet because then it'd be much easier to land on your feet, like when you jump off stuff.
I've got one for you. What's the ultimate drink?
the ultimate drink.
The ultimate drink that you could drink at like any time. Anytime, one drink you can always drink.
See, but this is a drink that has to be good as soon as you wake up. Something
It's a drink
Wow.
you could. It's the only drink you're ever going to have again.
Oh, mate.
I've got it. Easy. Mine's easy.
For me, it's either coffee or tea because I can never not. I can have it at any time of the day. personally.
It's
But
a
I
good
choose.
You
shout.
have coffee any time of the day.
I choose over that. I probably choose tea because it's the most. I think that's the most you can have. Sorry, the best drink you can have at any time. But coffee as well. But
Yeah,
I'll say tea.
like, if I'm having coffee at 8 p.m., it is to stay awake. Like, whereas I could have a tea probably in the evening and still be able to nod off.
So,
I
you're
don't
both going
know,
for
man.
teas.
I don't
Yeah.
know, dude. I don't know.
Okay.
You tell
Would
me
you-
what you're having, and then I'll
mine,
take
mine is easy. Mine is Robinson Sensation, orange and mango squash.
I thought you were gonna be like, I'm gonna have,
Easy.
I'm gonna have a
Anytime.
frappuccino from
Yeah.
Starbucks, and
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
mine's either that or an alcoholic drink. But I feel like I can't have an alcoholic drink at like 9 o'clock in the morning.
yeah.
So I'm
It's a
gonna
good
go
shout.
for. I'm gonna
Okay.
go for
Harry.
squash.
Well, let's do that quickly. I'll answer, and you're going to hate me for it, but it is because it's the most practical. Obviously, the answer's water.
Mm. But then,
face.
Why are
but
you
then
that guy?
there is
Why are you
water-
that guy?
there is water in tea. Like,
Yeah, but you're not. Nah, you can't be one of them, mate. If you're
No,
counting
but
how
it's-
much water you take in, you can't count the tea. That doesn't work.
But how much
Why are you
is
that guy? Oh, I hate that.
tea? Is like I'd say 90% made up of water, unless you're an idiot and putting like mad amounts of milk in it.
Yeah, but are you putting the water in tea bag, water, milk? Yeah, that's how you do it.
Yeah. Well, let's get this straight. Yeah, tea bag in.
Yep.
Hot water.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
This is where it comes a bit different. I use full fat milk because I like the extra. Ooh. Don't mock it too much.
I'm a full fat guy.
I'm
I
a
don't
skimmed. I'm
I
skimmed,
don't need
bro.
it. I don't need it, but because I have it in my breakfast, it's like, whoa, I might as well just use it. And then just I
Whoa.
Whoa,
man.
Whoa, I might as well use this.
might as well use this blue milk, man. And I controversially, well, not really, but I leave the tea bag in the whole duration of the
As in
drink.
when you're drinking it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Strong tea.
no.
Strong
yeah,
tea.
like
man.
I like it strong, but like not while you're drinking. I don't want like soggy tea bag in my mouth when I'm drinking it.
Well, it doesn't hit my mouth. The tea.
Why does it not hit your mouth?
Because it's at the bottom. It actually doesn't. It doesn't.
Yeah,
hit
but
my
like when
mouth.
you get to the bottom of it, you like surely that tips up a little bit.
Yeah, that's all right. It's only a tea bag.
No,
Right,
no,
nah.
man.
You
Soggy
leave it
tea
to
bag in
brew
your
for
mouth.
around 2 minutes, and then you take the tea bag
yeah.
out.
Yeah, I'm with Harry.
But my problem is I drink a tea in about 10 minutes, and it's like I have to get another one. I sort of just I want to use
You
up.
reuse
all-
the tea bag.
No,
You
but I
reuse the
leave,
tea bag.
I leave the juices in there, so I've just extra tea.
The way you just described that made me feel a little bit ill.
I hate this question so much.
The listener, if you do want to send in your personal question, our email is the 3am chats podcast@gmail.com. 3 is in the number 3. So again, the 3am chats podcast@gmail.com. And also we have an Instagram channel, which is, or page even, which is 3am chats podcast. And we have a YouTube channel with the same name as well. So please go check us out on all those things. And again, submit your personal question for episode 5.
Check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
So it's the check it out section, your favorite. Thank you, Harry.
Harry. Okay.
What have we been up to? What not that we've already had that section. What have you got to recommend to our listener to check out this week?
Ask
Who's
Joe.
doing it? Do you want me to start? Shall I start and give you a little clue?
Ask Joe. Right, so just to explain to the listener again, we're obviously doing a video chat. This isn't a video podcast. This is audio only at the moment. We're doing a video chat, and all of us at the moment are pointing at each other for them to go first. It's so good. Oh, it's so good.
Let's.
I'll go first. I'll go
Yeah,
first.
go on,
I'll
Joe.
first.
Well done, mate.
So, been doing. I've got a couple different ones since it's been a while. My first one is a film I watched just recently. I need to find what the name of it's called. Actually, come
Amazing.
back to me. I don't actually know what the film's called. Yeah, I've got it.
Here we go.
Okay,
5 minutes later.
So the film I've been watching, I watched the film the other day. It's awesome. It's called Official Secrets with Keira Knightley. Basically, it's about the whistleblower case or when the Iraq War went on about. So and I honestly can tell you, it's the most thought-provoking film I've ever watched. If anyone's like a conspiracy theorist now, this will make you go mental. And also the writing was insane. It's based on it's completely. I think they said 98% of it is a true story.
Wow.
Like, as in like yeah. So like it's really accurate apparently. Apart from they've dramatized a couple of the scenes, I think. But I think it was honestly insane. So yeah, that's a definite watch. So it's called Official Secrets. It's on Prime, but I know you can also I think you can like watch it on I think you can rent it via just Amazon. Also, I've been getting back into my country music scene this recently because a lot of stuff's just come out. So like I've been really interested in it. And if anyone knows me, I like my good country music or breakup music.
Shout out
Or
Aiden.
acoustic music. Or acoustic music.
Shout out our
whatever
good
you
friend
wanna call it.
Aiden came up with breakup music and we've stuck that ever since we've
So I've been listening to someone called she's called Cassidy Pope. She's just brought out an album called Rise and Shine. It's not the Kylie Jenner version.
Rise and shine.
It's not that. But
I had no idea what you were on about then.
Harry, staying up with world events.
World
I love how I've called that a world event. Yeah, it's really good. I really like it. It's my stuff. So yeah, it's really cool. So the whole album's acoustic, which I really like. So yeah, but listen to that.
Nice. I got a couple of suggestions. Two artists that I've been listening to. Cassia. They've just come out with a new song, but I love them. I've been following them for about a year and a half. They're quality. And then also I've been listening to Marshmello. Do you remember like the guy?
Yeah.
Wow, no one knows who they are, but I just for some reason I've been super into it. Like complete shift from like indie rock or even like rap music.
Very
I've just
different,
gone, don't know why. It's just been getting me through workouts and stuff. Yeah, there you go. But in terms of it has got some bangers. There's a new one with Juice WRLD called Come and Go that I just absolutely love it. But while we're on the topic of checking it out, everyone's seen it by now, but I've just been addicted to David Attenborough's stuff again. Like I watch it every night. As I'm going to bed, Blue Planet, Planet Earth 2, Our Planet, all of them. They're all coming on. It's great. I love it. I can't get enough.
He's got a new one coming out, hasn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
That's weird you say that. Like I was watching when I was up north. I was watching that so much.
Why were you up
I was
the north?
literally like just having a little.
No, why were you there, mate?
about.
Go on. Just say it. Why were you there?
Bow.
Do not disgrace David Attenborough with your shenanigans. I do not want.
No,
I do not want that.
We were
The
actually
monkeys got
sitting.
him in the-
No. We were sitting watching. We actually were really
Good.
interested in the monkeys.
Good.
There was
That is not Netflix and chill material.
there was no monkey business going on here. Do you know what I mean? No, I was watching that. I watched a bit of that on or is it on Netflix? I
Yeah,
think
loads
it's
of
on
his stuff
Netflix.
is now.
I watched a bit of that. The thing I was going to come with was Ricky Gervais's Humanity. Have you both seen that? It came out like a few years ago, wasn't it?
So loving. I love it.
It's on net. Is it always been on Netflix or was it just
Yeah,
come
no,
on?
it's
I was
not-
a bit.
It's not always been on there. It went on. It went on, then went off for a while, then it came back on.
Yeah, I think it's the
Yeah.
only one that he has put on there though.
Yeah,
In terms of like all of his other ones, you can't get on there.
but it was. I've watched clips of it on YouTube, but I've never like watched the whole thing, and it's just so. It's just so. I mean, I agree with a lot of what he says. That's just me. But a lot of the stuff he says is so. When you look at it from that view, it's like, wow, it really opens your eyes to the world and how people are. The thing I found the most funny he said was about, because he talked about Twitter and people getting offended and stuff. We also talked about that in episode 1. So if you want to go check that out, it's called Podcast Virgin. So
If I ever need advertising done, I'm just going to get Cody. He knows everything.
plug.
Check out episode 1.
Check it out. And he said, people, it's basically like what Twitter is like the town mayor going and putting out a sign saying, oh, free guitar lessons. And then someone turning up, a random person from the town going, but I don't like guitar. And then calling that person up and saying that's how he summed up Twitter and in sense of and those tweets. And I was like, that's such a perfect way to kind of describe it when you see. You know,
we did a whole
kind of
podcast
stuff.
episode on it, and he basically summed up what we were all saying in like 2 sentences. But no, it is true. I love that. Yeah, he's got
That's
so many
amazing.
good jokes in there.
That and finally, I'd actually just seen about Disclosure. They'd released their new album called Energy Deluxe version. And it's just been a massive throwback, because I used to listen to a lot of them, or their music, sorry, back in like 2014 maybe, like sort of as I was going towards uni in 2015. So it's been like a massive throwback to that kind of music, but it's so good. Disclosure, listen to their album Energy. Advertisement again. This is, it should be.
It is quality. It's so good.
Personal question section. Personal question section. Personal question section.
Yes, guys. So now it is time for the personal question section. So, boys, are you ready?
Yeah.
Our first question is from Emily. She says, if you could play anyone, dead or alive, in a biopic of their life, who would it be? Cody Mortimer, I'm coming to you, boy.
I suppose my thought process is like look-alike, right? That's the kind of thing I was going for. So I straight up Will Smith. Do you know what I mean? Let's get that sorted.
All right, fair.
I feel like
Wait, is this you saying you look like Will Smith?
Well, I feel like I have a good chance of playing it one day, you know? Mate, that's a dream.
You look enough like him.
Mate, I would love it if there was like a musical that came out about him. Oh, man, can you imagine the music? Like you got like Hamilton, all that stuff at the moment, but like,
imagine a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air musical. That would be pretty
crazy. Cool. But that's the reason why I would love to do a biopic of their life, because he's done so much different things, like film wise, and also makes music himself. Like,
okay,
cool.
I'm gonna add a twist to it, a twist to the question. So you have to pick whether you want to do a film or a musical. So do you want to do a biopic film or biopic musical or a play, Harry?
I'll say film, because films last forever and a musical is a not one time thing, but it's a live thing. It might fair, you can record musicals, but you don't. I would love to see that I've got to play this guy on a film rather than on a stage, basically.
Fair
so
play.
I'd say film.
Fair enough. Harrison or Harry, as everyone else knows him.
Yeah, literally, Harrison isn't my name.
Or Hadley.
Or Hadley. My issue with it is if we're doing lookalikes, then it would be Kevin De Bruyne or Prince Harry. And whilst they both
don't
have
look like Prince Harry.
Well, no, I get it a lot. I do get it a lot. So whilst they both lived, obviously really amazing, interesting lives, I was leaning more towards, if you were doing a film, playing someone's life, it's got to be someone that is like either like Cody's done, like super talented, interesting, has done loads of stuff, or it could be someone like, oh, this is going to sound so messed up, but like imagine you see all these gangster films, like imagine playing like a top criminal or like
yeah.
a serial killer, because in terms of acting, that would be
Yeah.
like really like, oh my god, I'm getting to do this crazy scene or like this crazy life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That like
So like,
no
so
one-
like Jack the Ripper or something like that kind of.
yeah, but that sounds really messed up if I say I want to be Jack the
No,
Ripper.
I know.
It's all right, mate.
You're not saying
It's all right,
you're not saying
you
you
know.
want to beat him. It's not like you're not Cody and saying you want to touch people's hair. You're saying you want to get the chance to have a chance of that role. That's a bit different.
Yeah,
But to be fair though, I think I don't think you necessarily have to go look alike, because you look at like Christian Bale when he played Dick Cheney. He looks nothing like him.
good
Like,
point. Very
Dick
good
Cheney's
point.
He's a fat bald man, and Christian Bale is not that.
Yeah, that's very true. No, I would probably, I haven't specified, but I'd probably play someone messed up so that it would be like an acting challenge for
Okay,
for
you have
me.
to pick someone though.
Oh god. Okay, list someone off.
No,
Indecisive
our
Harry.
question.
Indecisive, yeah, but this is very much on the spot.
To be fair, Prince
Exactly.
Harry would be a great one.
I
Especially
think,
now.
I mean, especially now, yeah, he's got a very interesting situation and life leading up to this.
Really, I think it'd be really good.
Actually, yeah, do you know
Yeah.
what? Like, I'm gonna switch it on his head. I'd probably play Prince Harry. Yeah, go on. Anyone
That'd be
listening?
interesting.
I'll do it.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Mine's simple. I'm going Frank Sinatra,
Mm.
because that
Very-
man had a very interesting life. Like
Yeah.
he was involved in politics. He was involved in gangs. He was well known. It was quite a big gangster. He was. That would be cool. And also his music was top notch. So,
Yeah,
and the era
timeless.
was cool.
Yeah.
So
It's one of my favorite.
I think I would go. I'd like to go Elvis as well. However, Elvis was kind of tall, and I'm not tall, so I'm gonna go Frank Sinatra because he was also a midget.
You can put lifts in your shoes, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
he
like
wore
you
boots.
need quite a few. You need quite a few lifts to make me Elvis.
Hey, but this is
He
film,
was like,
man.
He was
This
like
is film.
6 foot.
This is true. It's film. If it's
Like,
film,
you know, it's
Okay,
like
if it's film, I'm going. Am I going Elvis?
Zac Efron's 5'8".
I've been-
You know?
I've been obsessed. Thing is, I've been obsessed with Elvis since I was like a kid, but also I do love Frank Sinatra.
Which one?
I
Would you
think
want
I'm
your
going
family
Elvis.
to see, sort of thing?
I'd love to be Elvis. Elvis is just because I've been obsessed with the kid. But they've both got great stories. But I'm going Elvis.
fair enough.
Mm.
There
In
you
that
go.
case.
If it was a musical, though, you would have gone Frank Sinatra.
Oh yeah, musical Frank. Yeah, because musical you can't just like I can't stand on a box.
I can't wait till you bleep all these out. There's so
I've
many.
sworn a lot to.
Yeah, but it's all right. It's free. It's
I
free.
apologize. I've had a coffee. That's why.
Oh my goodness.
Brilliant.
But yeah, that's it for today's episode. No, boys, what have you got any plans for the rest of the week and or between when we next do our podcast at all? Go to Harry.
Should we visit the Gulag, lads? I think it's time we drop in on the war zone. You know? I think it's something
It's
we should be
time.
doing. We should finally get that
I'm
dub.
gonna go eat.
That's a good plan. I wrote
Go
that
eat
one.
and then let's go get that dub.
By the way, a listener, we are all well. Harry is a long way ahead of us in terms of ability in Call of Duty. We've not won together for I gotta say 2 months.
At least.
A while.
It's
To be
getting
fair,
it's
though,
getting
We've not really played that much all together for a while.
No, yeah, no, it's true.
And Cody's been watching a load of Data Attenborough, so
Yeah, well,
Yeah, man.
has he been
Nudge,
watching it or?
Oh.
wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
I've been watching it heavily.
Oh
But
dear.
yeah, that's the end of the episode. Say goodbye, boys.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.